This was the introduction. This was the introduction by the Liberian president. You know, very eloquent president, well spoken. Even to the surprise of Donald Trump. Donald Trump didn't even know that Liberians speak English. He didn't know that, Liberia was an English speaking country. So surprisingly, he was shocked to listen, to have listened to the president of Liberia speaking so fluent like he did. But let's go ahead and listen to the president of Liberia introducing himself to a counterpart. Okay, so let's listen to it. There's no video. I'm not going to play the video. It's going to be the audio. Okay, so let's listen to it.
Recent celebration of your 249th anniversary we did at Liberia at your embassy. Mr. President, we thank you for this opportunity to be here. Liberia is a longtime friend of the United States, and we believe in your policy of making America great again. And
we believe in your policy of making America great again, right? We believe in your policy of making America great again. Let's go.
We'll go a long way with you, with your diplomacy that has to do with economic development and commercial friendship. Liberia has a lot of minerals, and one of the things we ask as good friends for a long time is the opportunity to do a survey of our minerals.
So, the Liberian President Joseph Boakai, is asking for an opportunity for the American to come and survey the minerals, the resources that we have in Liberia. Okay, now he's asking for an opportunity, guys. But let's go ahead and listen, because I want to talk about this. And I hope Young G can come on so I can put him on. Yeah.
And also, we are committed to peace. And we've been very lucky within our region. We are the country that have had a series of democratic elections, and our country has been cooling down. And also, we want to encourage American involvement in the investment in Liberia. Yeah. We'd like to see that happen. We want to work with the United States in peace and security within the region, because we are committed to that. And we just want to thank you so much for this opportunity. Well, thank you. It's such good English, such beautiful.
All right. So this is the bit I want to talk about, y'all. So that was the president of Liberia introducing himself, right? Like, he's a well-spoken old man, very, eloquent, very fluent with his English. He's a well-educated old man. Okay. No one's going to take that from him. It does not matter which party you belong to, but no one's going to take that from him, right? Now, this is what surprises everybody. This is where, let's listen to Donald Trump talking to the Liberian president.
Where did you learn to speak so beautifully? Where were you educated?
Where did you learn to speak so beautifully? Where were you educated? Now, Joseph Boakai is apparently 2 years older than Donald Trump. President Joseph Boakai, the president of Liberia, is about 80 years old or 81 years old. And Donald Trump is not up to 80 years yet. But Donald Trump had the audacity, the effrontery, to ask a sitting president, right? To ask a sitting president, where did you learn to speak English so beautifully? Where were you educated? Now, that's the ignorant part of this, is that Donald Trump was so ignorant that he called African leaders. We're not just talking about a senator. We're talking about sitting presidents. He called 5 of them. Now, I would have thought before Donald Trump called anyone to the overhead office, he would have done his research to know exactly who he's going to deal with and who he's inviting over to the office. But apparently, from the 30-second video, it tells a lot about Donald Trump. And don't get me wrong, I'm a Donald Trump supporter. But just from that statement, I lose confidence in Donald Trump just for that statement. Okay? Because you can't, before you call another leader, you should have done your investigation and do your research to know who exactly you're bringing over, to know a little bit about them. Now, Liberia is not just any kind of country. Liberia and America, they have that interrelationship. Okay, we all know the history of Liberia, because Liberia was actually built on a free slave from the United States of America. So we all know the history. So that's why the capital city of Liberia is named after, I think, the 5th president of the United States, James Monroe. Okay, so that's the capital city of the United States. That's why the Liberian governance system is structured in a way that we have the party, we have the executive mansion, we have, it's structured in a way that it's just like the Americans. Now, for some of you who don't know Liberia, Liberia is typically like small America, like we would say. Everything about Liberia was designed in the form of America. The streets, the names, the school, and everything, is just like the American system. So that's why it was so surprising for a president like Donald Trump, Donald Trump is very alert, we know that. But shockingly, he shocked the world to be asking a Liberian president, where did you learn to speak English so fluent? Where did you go to school? Where did you get your education from? We're talking about an 80 years old man, Joseph Boakai. Okay? But let's listen to this, yeah? Okay. This is what killed me. Let me play it back. I want y'all to listen to it. Let me play it back.
Well, thank you. It's such good English, such beautiful. Where did you learn to speak so beautifully? Where were you educated? Where? In Liberia. Yes, sir. Well, that's right.
Oh. This is so embarrassing. This is so embarrassing. A sitting president of another nation is answering to his counterpart as yes sir, yes sir. How couldn't he have said yes, Mr. President? Why is he answering to Donald Trump yes sir? That's a disgrace. Yes, that's the disgrace to the part of Joseph Boakai. Donald Trump is your counterpart. Everybody else in the building, in the room, sitting on a long table, they are your counterpart. How are you going to be referring to Donald Trump, another president? Yes, sir. Now, that's the problem there. That's why some of the UPists, the unity partisan, they don't understand. And all they're doing is that they're celebrating because Donald Trump was praising Liberian president because he speak English so beautifully, not knowing that was very demeaning. Okay, that was very demeaning. So the way Donald Trump from the start, the way he treated these people like kids. He treated those five head of state